Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Shopping with Elyse here on Amazon Shopping. Happy Friday. Before we head into the weekend, obviously I want to give you guys some good ideas for Father's Day. Father's Day is coming up. We are currently on June 11th and it is on June 20th. So today is going to be all dedicated to the amazing dads out there. If you are on Amazon and looking for an incredible gift to give your dad, look no further. We're going to be talking to you today about not forgotten products and how we can make you guys have an amazing Father's Day that you will be sure to remember for a very long time. So as always, I kind of just hop right into the unboxing and show you, what you're going to be getting and what it looks like. But this time I want to do something a little different because I want you guys to really understand the products, how they're different, and what you'd be getting out of each purchase. So first, we're going to be talking about the In-Home Concierge. For those of you who are new here, the In-Home Concierge is one of our most expensive products, but I do have to note that this episode is for the ultimate gift guide for the man that has everything. So we're splitting Father's Day into two sections. We have the expensive gift recommendations and then the more affordable. So if you are looking for something more in like the $69, $99 to $99 range, that would be next. But if you're looking for, the extravagant gifts to really capture your dad's attention, tell him that you love him, and make it a memorable event that your whole family can pitch in for, this is what we'll be talking about today, the more expensive products. So the In-Home Concierge is $1,500. The memory box is $449, and the 300-year DIY, I have to check the price on that. But I'm going to be taking up the comparison so that you guys can see on Amazon what the difference is. So we have our store that I'm looking at right now. I'm going to show you guys shortly what the screen looks like. But again, if you are looking for a gift, Father's Day is in 9 days. We're available on Amazon Prime, and this is the perfect gift for everything that you're looking for. So I do want to start off by saying that every single time capsule, I know it is a different idea because people don't usually sell digital time capsules. I believe that we're the first company to do it. So this is, a next generation gift that your dad has definitely not been given before. So this is really important to know. That's why, we've priced it differently and these products are the way that they are. So with the not forgotten products, every single one of our time capsules is protected from data rot. It's mapped to make sure that it's not lost. Every single one goes through various mapping techniques. All of them have the same 3, but when you go into the premium time capsules, you get extra protection. So what essentially that means is that if you do put effort into making a time capsule, that we have ensured that it won't be lost. And we do that through archiving standards that we follow from the U.S. Library of Congress and also the U.S. Records and Archives Administration. So we follow their standards, making us, we have very high standards for the way that we archive because we want you guys to be very confident about your purchase when you are buying our time capsules on Amazon. And I'm actually just going to show you our store so you know exactly what I'm talking about as we walk you through the difference in each product and what you'll be getting from each. But actually, for people that are just new here, maybe you just joined the live, welcome. I'm going to be showing you the Father's Day ad that our in-house creative has made for you guys so you get a better idea of our time capsules and more so just the audience that we're targeting today, which would be, of course, fathers, grandpas, any male role in your life who has just given you insight and helped you navigate the times that we are going through, maybe right now and even before this. So let's just look at the ad and I'll show you exactly what we're talking about. Okay, so if you guys just joined, hopefully that gave you a good taste of what we're looking at today and what we will be discussing. As always, I like to say our products are built on unique technology and they're made right here in the US. So we did design this product with families in mind. Think your family tree come to life. If you are someone who loves scrapbooking, if you are very much into genealogy, maybe your ancestry, or maybe just your family right now, this is a great gift for you. If you're looking for a unique gift for dad, this would be the one. So we did design this product with families in mind, and we think that it's a really special way to enhance the closeness that your family already has and to preserve memories for up to 300 years. So our time capsules today, every one of them I'm talking about, with the in-home concierge and the 300-year DIY are preserved for 300 years, and the memory box is 150. But when you do these time capsules, it all centers on a story. So you need to kind of think about who your dad is, what he would like to talk about, if he would like to talk to a videographer, or if he would just like to do it yourself and film himself. And maybe you could film him and help him out and maybe, you know, make it a whole day. But for you guys, maybe you're a little bit lost, you don't know what exactly the point of time capsules are and what you would do with them, I'm going to show you a quick video that will allow you to imagine how you can use these time capsules. Okay, so I hope that gave you guys a little bit of an idea of how you can use these time capsules, especially when it comes to your family. And I just want to state about the reminder of time capsules before I show you the Amazon website. But first, our time capsules are, oh my God, it's allergy season, people, but we will get through it. So first, our not forgotten time capsules are never lost. Each time capsule is linked to your dad's family history. Through GEDCOM. It's also mapped with the International Time Capsule Society. So fun fact, we are the technology behind the International Time Capsule Society. So we have been digitizing tens of thousands of time capsules since COVID happened, which means that now we have time capsules from the 30s, the 40s, from Detroit to Barcelona. There's time capsules scattered across the globe, and they're being cataloged every single day. The difference between this, of course, is that we are digital time capsules, and the older time capsules that we have are, much older, and they're physical. They're physical, the ones that were buried or put into buildings and that sort of thing. So this is digital, meaning that it's digital assets. You have your video, you have photos, whatever you choose to do. 2 out of the 3 products that I'm going to be talking about today actually come with digital asset storage. So you get 20 gigabytes with the memory box, which is up to 7,000 photos or 20 hours of video. Or you get the 2 gigabytes of extra storage for the, actually I guess both have 2 gigabytes. I'll show you in the comparison, but the 2 gigabytes obviously allows you to play around, put some important documents in there, and think about your dad, what he likes. If your dad is someone who is a professor at college. Maybe he got his PhD, maybe he has his thesis that he wants to save. He can scan it, digitize it, and put it in his time capsule. So that way, no matter what happens, no matter how many times you move, or if there's a fire, or if you simply misplace your things, you don't have to worry about important documents being scattered and lost, because that's what we want to avoid here. And we do also, because it's a digital format, all of our time capsules are covered by data rot and technology obsolescence. So we do this using a cast iron combination of preservation policy and data storage in a climate controlled vault in the US. All of this, of course, is on our Amazon storefront page, and it could be, we have all of our credentials down there when you scroll to the right side. So basically what we have is a climate controlled vault in Tennessee. And that means that nothing will happen to your data, because data is very delicate and it could just fall apart in different types of weather. So this happens with anything. The best way I like to explain data rot, if you're new here, it'll be fresh for you. If you're a returning customer, this is the analogy I always use, but it is just like a photo that's gone brown and the edges have curled up. Obviously the photo is still there and you could see it, but it's not in great quality. It's just the decay of your media over time. So that's what happens physically. Your photo physically rots over time. That's why it gets brown and blurry and stuff like that. But when you have media, this also happens to media. So it also happens to your videos or your photos. If you ever logged on to maybe your iCloud, or you backed up an old phone and you went to open a photo and it said file corrupt, it means that your footage has unfortunately been impacted and infected by data rot. And you also will know that it's been infected by data rot if you go to open up an old file and it says file corrupt. So if you've gotten any of those notifications, that is data rot, and that's what we're trying to prevent. So even if you can open the video, you might notice that the sound is severely impacted, that there's lines going through it, that the video is glitching, that it's blurry, that the whole quality is just taken down several notches. So we want to preserve your content in the highest quality possible, and that's why we say that we protect it from data rot. So that's something that we always say when we just list the reminders of a not forgotten time capsule, because a lot of people don't understand data rot, and they don't understand that it actually happens around the 10-year mark. So if you have old photos or videos and you hit that 10-year mark, that's when you kind of go downhill. And if you still have photos and videos that you can access right now, that's amazing, and you're very lucky, and you should put them in a memory box so that we can preserve them for you. So if your dad is someone who doesn't like to talk about himself, which is understandable, a lot of men don't, or he just doesn't feel comfortable in front of a camera, the memory box is the perfect gift for you. So you can find any type of gift for your dad, no matter what he likes, what his preferences are, his personality. We have a gift that will fit him, because we've really thought about the 6 products that we offer to accommodate all types of people. Lastly, for the remainder of the basics of a not forgotten time capsule, is that they are safeguarded and protected by the Digital Preservation Trust. And as Reuters put it, Not Forgotten strives for immortality, which is the exact same wish your audience has for their family's stories. So we really are striving to make sure that your memories are preserved for up to 300 years, which is a considerable amount of time. 300 years translates to 10 generations of your family. So after your dad makes his time capsule, 10 generations fly by, they could still see who your dad is. And think about the way in which you learn about, your great-grandparents, your great-great-grandparents. I don't know much about mine. And I think the reason is because we don't have anything like this. We don't have videos of them that have been able to, stand the test of time. And all we really have are flat pieces of media, maybe some photos, maybe a diary entry, stuff like that. So you don't get a holistic view of who the person is. You don't get to see their mannerisms, the way their face lights up when they're talking about something they're passionate about. You don't get to hear their voice, their laugh. You see their smile. Like, you don't really know your relatives. Even though you're related to them, you couldn't really pick them out from, a group of people. So we want to make sure that everyone is not forgotten. We want to make sure that your legacy is preserved, and that's why we are doing this. That's why we've launched this initiative, and that's why so many people love our time capsules, especially family, because they understand the importance of remembering. So if you have someone in your family who just loves taking photos of everything, they like scrapbooking, they like putting together those family travel albums, this is the gift for you, and you'll be able to see a lot of value in it. And I want to actually take you through our Amazon storefront so that you can navigate it, and I'll talk you through everything and show you what you'll be getting with each product. So let me pull that up. This would be a good way for you guys to really understand what you're buying. We want you to be satisfied with your purchase and be happy that, you've spent the money and made the investment. And then I also want you guys to understand, where to even find your time capsule after you've made it, because 80 to 90% of traditional time capsules that you bury in the ground are actually lost. So what is the point of putting your time and effort into a time capsule if you can't find it? That's why all of our time capsules are meticulously mapped so that you never have to worry about it going and just disappearing into thin air. So here is the preview. I'm going to show you our Amazon store, which I think is great. So when you go onto our Amazon storefront, you have the time capsules. Of course, we have them in like a silver time capsule traditional sense, but that's not how they're going to come when you order them on Amazon. That's actually what I'll be doing today, is unboxing, because I don't want you guys to think that when you get your time capsules that's what they're going to look like. That's not what they're going to look like. But when you scroll down, obviously you have the why time capsule video, and you have this point. Obviously every generation has stories to tell, so if you are someone who comes from a family where you have a lot of stories, your dad has maybe been a prominent character in your life, he's funny, maybe he helped coach your soccer team, maybe he was just a silent supporter on the sidelines, cheering you on. It doesn't really matter, regardless of his outward personality. Your dad better than I do, and that they probably all have stories to tell. So this really is a personal gift that we can offer, and it really is an experience as well. So I also want to say on the website, it's the gift that keeps on giving. It really is. When you make your time capsule, that is, so much fun, depending on how you do it too. If you guys choose to do the DIY and you could film your dad as he's talking, you can make a whole day out of it. That's a lot of fun. If you choose to have the videographer come into your home and do the in-home concierge, that's a whole day event as well. And if you choose to do the memory box and just put everything you love in a virtual memory box, that's great too. But I think the second gift, and one of the best ones, is being able to sit down with each other and open it on your opening date. So once you do any type of time capsule, you have between the date of creation and the next 50 years to choose, a date in between then that you want to open up your time capsule. So if you and your dad have made your time capsule, and maybe this is he's 50, and it's a milestone birthday, and also it's Father's Day coming up, and you want to get him this amazing gift that, if it's the in-home concierge and it's expensive, you could say it's for both days, his birthday and Father's Day. But if you want to give him an amazing gift that he's able to, talk about himself and use, this is definitely the one for you. And you guys can set the opening date. So let's say, he's 50 years old. You want to set the opening date for 25 years later. You guys can open it on his 75th birthday and get all together and get the whole family there and make it a true experience. So it really just makes more of life's landmark events, which I love. And it really does show that these moments are truly special. Of course, we talk about landmark events, but I think in this day and age, just living to see another day is a landmark in itself. So let's just capture that and make sure that, we're really making the most out of our family and our ancestry, because you're going to be able to build upon that. And it really is like a family tree come to life through video, which is absolutely breathtaking to me. It's very futuristic, but I think that's the direction that we're heading in. And that's why I talk about technology obsolescence as well. Big word for no one, if the jargon throws you off, don't worry, it threw me off too. But essentially what that means is that when you do make a time capsule, no matter what, well, I'll show you actually, but I don't want to get too distracted. But when you do make a time capsule, no matter what, you will be able to access it in the format that's compatible to the current time. So for example, if we made our time capsules and we made them on, old videotapes, okay, that's fine. And then in 20, 30, 50 years from now, you want to go pick up your time capsule, we're not going to give it to you in the form of an old videotape. We're going to give it to you in the most compatible technology with what's out there, so that when you receive it, you can just go home and play it. You don't have to go on eBay or go to an old garage sale to try to find a videotape player because you don't have one, because that technology was totally useless after 20 years ago. We haven't used it since. So even if, in the future we're only using microchips, you will get your time capsule on a microchip. So we just want you guys to know technology obsolescence is simply technology evolving and things just aging and us just chucking that to the side, and we just make sure that whenever you go to get your time capsule, it is compatible with the technology that you have at the current time. So that's another reason that I think takes a weight off your shoulder when you put your videos and your photos into something like a memory box, because you can ditch your hard drives. You can ditch, having to scroll through all of these photos, trying to look for that one specific one that you can't seem to find. You can ditch going on your old MacBooks, or maybe your old phone, or even just the concept of backing up your stuff. Like, if you choose 7,000 photos or 20 hours of video, or half of half, if you make the most out of your 20 gigabytes of your memory box, and then you put it away, and those are the really, really important, pictures and videos to you, because I want to make it clear, this is not a Dropbox by any means. This is a way to preserve your memories in extremely high quality, but it's not a Dropbox. So the reason that we do time capsules, the reason that we give you a limit on how much you can insert, is because we want you to be very selective about what you're putting in. Because when you open these time capsules 50 years down the line, we want you to not just see a bunch of random junk, but things that truly matter to you. So that's why we get a little picky about what you put in there, but it's for good reason. Trust us. We have clients that absolutely love their time capsules when they've made them, and they all kind of talk about, the advice that their elders have given them, and all these different things that maybe you would say to your children, and you would describe, in the future. Let's say you have kids. If you're a young person watching this, let's say you have kids and you want to explain to them who your dad is, and maybe for some reason your dad's not around anymore. Instead of just telling them how amazing your dad was and them trying to get an idea of who he really was, maybe they have some photos, you get to show them a high quality video of him talking about himself, about his passions, about his inspirations, about what the secret to a happy life, a happy marriage, the advice that he would give to your kids, if he's already thought about that during his video. You get to pass on something that's really, really precious, and it's this footage of your dad, who is probably someone who's so important to you, and you want to give him the opportunity to kind of introduce himself to family he might not have the chance to meet. And I think this is the perfect way to do that. So again, I want to show you the website that we have on Amazon. This is the Amazon website, but I want to show you more specifically our products, because I want to break it down and just show you how many different ones we have to offer. Obviously, we're talking about the luxury ones, but we have a few different. So let's go first on this one, because this is a price I couldn't remember. The DIY 300-year time capsule. It's $159, and it also comes with 2 gigabytes of storage. So that is plenty to be putting in your most, precious piece of storage. And for anyone watching, maybe you're trying to think like 2 gigabytes isn't that much space. How do I make the most out of it? Put voicemails. If your dad has left you voicemails, definitely put those in, because they don't take up that much space, and they add so much character and so much depth to the time capsule. And they're great ways to, remember his voice and remember who he was, maybe the funny nicknames that he called you, and to just celebrate who he was as a man. So I remember when my dad used to leave me voicemails, he would always just start them off with "Hey E," and I know that is just such a comforting thing to me. He's the only one in the world that calls me E, and actually I guess like my stepmom and my mom also sometimes call me E, but those are like, the 3 closest people in my life, so it's a special nickname, and I like that I could hear it in his voice whenever I want to, because I've saved it in the time capsule. And it doesn't go anywhere, It doesn't go anywhere, and you don't have to worry about it being lost or being forgotten, and you losing your phone and backing it up and not being able to view it. So I will show you guys an example of one of my dad's voicemails. So my dad used to leave me so many voicemails, but I'll keep showing you. I'm going to try to find one, but I backed them all up. So, it says this product is from a small business. Very cool, we are. So this is the first year one, the 300 year. It's the cheapest out of the ones I'm recommending today, but the memory box is here. This one is $449. It comes with 20 gigabytes of space, which is amazing. And you are able to just put everything that you want in there. And then the in-home concierge is on our website, because it's an experience that you have to book a videographer for. But what I really wanted to show you was also just our product comparison, because I want you to get a really good idea of the difference between each product, because it can be, you know, a little bit different depending. So obviously, as I said before, the 2 gigabytes, you can do photos, videos, voicemails, social media, documents, art, poems. I always forget about poems, but good point, to our Amazon storefront. Recipes, journals, research, websites, web pages, etc. Anything. Capture your family data, because we can link it all. We are a registered special library, so we have the ability to do that. And that also gives you guys so much more security, because if anything happens to Not Forgotten as a company, you don't have to worry about losing all of your, you know, your things. You know, if Facebook goes under and you have all your photos there, that's a real issue. But if Not Forgotten, knock on wood, but if we go under, you won't have to worry about that. And that's because we are an OCLC library, which you can see right here. These are all of our credentials. We got the Big Innovation Award in 2020 for business intelligence. And we are just up and coming, guys, so I think you should hop on it right now. Especially, it's June 11th, it's 4:26 p.m. on a Friday, and if you want to be organized for Father's Day, it's coming up in 9 short days, and we have Amazon Prime as well, and you get to kind of understand the difference between waiting to the last minute and actually preparing for Father's Day. So if you want to be a little bit different this year and make the most out of it, or maybe you are someone who's watching who you know, who had a father who passed away and you want to do a tribute to him, that's what the memory boxes are also amazing. I talked 2 weeks ago or last week about Memorial Day. And Memorial Day obviously is dedicated to the fallen soldiers, so a lot of people wanted to use our time capsules as memory boxes, which is amazing, so that you could, you know, put everything that's safe in there. That, you know, it could be yearbook photos, it could be anything if you want to date it all the way back to high school, anything. And I think that, yeah, we have this little chart that I think is a good way of just understanding what you get out of every single one, and that's at the bottom of here as well, so that's great. And what I want to show you too is, so with our premium time capsules, you will get a personalized library record. So you'll get that library record, you'll get mapped on the International Time Capsule Society, there's an option to be on the blockchain if you'd like, and here you go. You also get a basic library record and a personal library record. So the personal library record looks like this. And I wanted to bring it up so you guys know exactly what it looks like. This is my grandma, and she did an in-home concierge, so this is her personal library record, and it's the just certificate of asset contribution, which basically means she made a time capsule. And this, the only difference between a basic and a personalized is that basic doesn't have the photo and personalized does. So basic just looks more like a book chapter with the title and the words, but I think the photo really adds to it. I said last week, for, you know, anyone who was a serviceman, maybe they were in the Army, the military, the Marine Corps, the Navy, even if they were a police officer, they always get really great photos of them when they graduate, so that could go right here. So if you are, you know, looking for your dad, maybe you are a wife looking for your husband, for a gift for Father's Day that your kids can just slap their name on, this is a perfect gift for you, and definitely invest in the premium time capsule so you can get that personalized library record. Always like to show that. And then I do want to show just a little collection that we have, because a lot of people are wondering, you know, what do we even put in the time capsule? Especially guys, they get really nervous in front of a camera for some reason, and I noticed as well that a lot of men, a lot of my friends at least, talk about how they don't have any photos with their dads, or any photos or videos really with their dad, because he never wants to take a photo. So if your dad's anything like that, if he is camera shy, if he just doesn't have the patience, he doesn't want to take 50,000 photos of you or with you when he's not really getting your angles, totally get that. And this is the perfect gift for him, because you put all of those precious photos that you have, or you take an amazing video, 30-minute video of him talking, and then you have that forever, so you don't have to bombard him with these requests to always take photos. And also, you're giving him a voice and you're giving him a platform. The collection that I wanted to show you guys today was advice from your elders. And the reason I want to show you this is because the time capsule that your dad makes is going to include some classic dad advice that is so important and has really shaped the person that you are today. If you are someone who's really close with your dad, or maybe you're just working on your relationship with him and you're learning more about him as the days go on, this is perfect for you because you will understand, what makes him him and what he's been through in his life and the values and the memories that he's passed on to you. Maybe you do certain things that you don't even realize are because of your dad. Maybe your dad was really into the Grateful Dead and now you love their music and you don't even realize, but when it's playing, you feel a sense of comfort. I have that with my dad, with John Mayer, and I think that they just instill really, they instill likes within you that you don't even realize, and they especially give you advice. So I want to show you the collection that we have. It's all about advice, and it touches upon some people who are talking about their dads and what they say. So I hope that you guys can hear it. I'm going to put the volume all the way up. But if you're looking for an idea of what to say, just listen to the way these girls talk about their dads. These people talk about their elders in their life, and then maybe you can understand why this would be so important to keep in a time capsule from your actual, your father saying it out loud.
I like to think I've instilled a good sense of morals in my children and my grandchildren.
You have to respect your elders. They have knowledge, which, whether it's good advice or bad advice, it's still something then you can choose from what you hear from them.
I remember my dad saying to me when I first got my job in London, I don't know how the conversation came up, but we were talking about what else is in the country, and I remember him saying to me, you don't ever need to go north of Watford. There's nothing north of Watford.
My parents didn't really have mantras of such that they would drill into us and drill into us.
I'm not always the best taker of advice because I'm thinking now, my dad said don't go north of Watford, and I did. My friend said have all the drugs when you're having a baby, and I didn't. So I'm probably not the best person to ask for advice. I like giving it out, but maybe not taking it so much.
I think everything I do is not what my mum wants me to do. She doesn't want me to move away from home, and I went to Australia as soon as I turned 18. Like, nothing is what she wants, but I think she just lets me be who I am, so.
Be happy with yourself as well, and don't let people make you feel bad for being you. Yeah, like, don't let anyone kind of say, you've done that wrong, or just because their way of living is their way of living. It's not your way of living. You have your own ideals, you have your own views. Do you, Yeah.
It's not necessarily something my parents told me as such, but it's something they did for me that I'll probably do for my children, which is just let them be who they want to be.
Okay, so the reason I showed you guys that was because every person in that video had, some memory with their parent and some advice that was passed down to them, whether they realized it or not. Even the last woman, I believe her name is Leah. I really like her. But, she talked about her parents just letting her be free and letting her do what she wants and following her heart, even if it's not something that they would do. And I think if you had your dad giving his advice in a video format that you could keep for up to 300 years and pass down to your children, that would be very, very powerful to them, and it would be worth remembering. So many people love our products, and the examples that I just showed you actually were the in-home concierge as well. So I wanted to tell you guys, what that involves, because it's not available on Amazon, but if you're still interested, of course, you can get it on our website. But the in-home concierge product, it is amazing. A not forgotten certified videographer will come into your house or location of choice. So if you and your dad grew up going to this one really important park, or maybe there is a lot of memories at a baseball field that you guys used to go to, anything like that, you could also get it filmed there, but like filmed on location of your choice. But a videographer will come and they will have 2 cameras, they'll have lighting, they'll have sound, and they will essentially do anything that you want to get the best footage. They're going to be interviewing you, so you can kind of walk through what you think you're going to be talking about, and you can go through some bullet points if you want. or you can freeform it and just see what comes out. Of course, this is for your dad, so it's really whatever he wants, but they're gonna film your dad for 2 hours, and then they're gonna edit that 2-hour clip into 30 minutes of a stunning video for him. So again, that is the best gift for people who just wanna, rock up, sit there, talk about themselves, and not have to worry about anything else, because after their experience is done, it'll be edited for them perfectly, and it'll be stored away for them, and they won't have to really remember to do anything else. And then the other products, of course, the memory box is super easy, because all you do is pick out your favorite photos and videos and drop them into your memory box on our website. You'll see how it works. And then the 300-year DIY is literally you just filming it from any technology of choice. You could do your iPad, your phone, your laptop, your desktop, but just a friendly reminder and a tip, because I've done my own time capsule, is that your phone, if you're using an iPhone or a smartphone, they actually have amazing cameras these days, so that will be the best quality. If you are trying to decide if you should use your laptop or your phone, I recommend phone. So in order to get the most out of your time capsule, of course, that's what I would recommend. And then I'm going to unpack the kit for you guys, so you know exactly what you're getting when you do order them on Amazon, because I know on Amazon, it looks like you're going to be getting a silver tube, but that's not what you're going to be getting. It's a next generation digital time capsule. So when when you order this, you're going to be getting this beautiful navy folder with like a matte finish and the gold logo. Then I will just unbox so I can show you exactly what you're getting. I recommend getting this one because you can wrap it up, put a bow on it, and have something to give to your dad so you can open up, which is great. So the first thing I want to show you guys out of everything is the booklet. So this booklet, this brochure, it is, really nice material. So it's not something that's going to be like folding and crinkling up and looking bad. This is great glossy material, and it is just the best. We've broken it up into other sections, but it is the best reference point for these time capsules. If you're giving it to your dad as a gift and you don't quite know how to explain it to terms, or you think that he's going to be a little bit confused, no worries. This will answer every single question that you have and that he has, if I haven't done so already. So in this book, we have who we are, how it works, customer stories, get inspired, privacy policy, frequently asked questions, and contact us. So every single part of this book will help you get through, how to even take the video, where to upload it, how to share your story on our stunning video platform, how to create it, how to build your template, how to preserve it, and more importantly, how to find it. So when you guys are wanting to open it, that you can find it down the line. And I think it's important to note that the whole reason that Not Forgotten even started as a company was based on the idea that our co-founder did not have the ability to remember his dad because he didn't have anything except for like one photo. So I want to share with you the quotes so that you guys can really get an idea of why we do what we do, which is on page 5. It says, "My dad died a long time ago when I was a very small boy. I have few pictures of him, but no real memories of him." So that is a huge problem, especially for someone who grew up without an iPhone. There's no technology back in the day. You end up really only having limited amounts of assets to remember your family by. So limited photos, limited journal entries. Obviously, as people get older and people move, or just day-to-day life, things get lost. So that's, something that a lot of adults deal with, is that they might not have as many memories as they would like to of their loved ones, especially our co-founder. That's exactly why this company was created. And I think it's important to note that although, again, we do have technology and we're able to capture, every single moment of our lives, it might not be able to be accessed later down the line because of data rot and because we have just accumulated terabytes of information through documenting all of our lives. I would know I have 50,000 photos on my phone, so I am someone who, loves taking photos of where I am, where I'm eating, what I'm eating, who I'm with, what I'm doing, what I'm getting up to, and how I'm living my life. So, but I know down the line when I'm like 50 years old, I might not be able to access all the photos on my phone because I can't just take all of this information wherever I go. And that is why I made my own time capsule, so that my kids, my kids' kids, my kids' kids' kids, so on and so forth, will be able to remember me and remember the important parts. You know, like they won't, because a lot of us, we have a lot of photos on our phone, but you know, they could be screenshots, they could be if you've taken an outfit picture and there's like 500 pictures, but you only really like one of them. So you have to be selective about what you're saving, and you have to know that all of the photos that you're taking right now, you probably won't be able to access. After, you know, the 10-year mark is when it starts getting risky, when we're treading in shallow water and we're not really sure if it's going to work out or not. So this is the perfect way to do that. And especially now, if you love your dad, you have tons of memories with your dad, you're looking for a great Father's Day gift. We're talking about time capsules, and this is definitely going to be the gift for you. So after you open our beautiful envelope and you go through the brochure, we have a fun gift. Well, I'll tell you, this is one of the most important. I was just trying to skip to the fun, but let's go with the most important document. If your dad is someone, you know, who is maybe organized, has an office, you know, he could file this away, but it's just a certificate of asset contribution, and it's from the Digital Preservation Trust. So it just certifies that his video has been incorporated into the assets of the Digital Preservation Trust and that they are caring for it, ensuring that his legacy can be passed on from generation to generation. And then obviously you can view the records at the Not Forgotten Library, which we put the link right at the bottom. So that's good. But if you're thinking, what if I lose that one? Don't worry, we have this little tiny slip that you can put into, if you're a dad watching, I hope you wouldn't because we're ruining the surprise, but if you are looking for a gift and you give this to your dad, make sure he puts this in his will. So this little piece of paper, it just says that, you know, I've created a time capsule, I've created a video of my story, I've preserved it with the Not Forgotten Digital Preservation Trust, and that they'll ensure my story is protected for up to 300 years. And I have made my advance directive, which will guide when my video can be made public through the Not Forgotten Digital Preservation Library. So again, you know, when that time comes and you're opening up the will, this little piece of paper will be in there, so you guys remember that he made a time capsule, and you'll know exactly where to access it because it gives you the directions at the bottom. So again, we want you to be able to actually watch these videos and preserve them. They're super easy to locate, especially because we are in the WorldCat, which is the world's largest database, and we are considered a special library. Now, lastly, or second to last, we have this family tree graph that you and your dad can sit down and fill out together. So if your dad absolutely loves this experience, maybe you're watching him do it and you're jealous and you want to do your own time capsule, totally do it, and then fill out the rest of this family tree and get your whole family to do it so you can do a family tree come to life with our Not Forgotten products. Lastly, if it's a gift, obviously, gotta give him a gift card. So this is the gift card that you'll be gifting him. I wish you could see it better. Ooh, that's how you do it. Okay, so that, and it has the license code. Of course, you go on, you redeem it at our website, and then you can get the whole process started. So our time capsules are extremely easy to do. You know, my grandma could even do it. So my grandma can do it, so can you. We do pride ourselves on making our technology extremely easy to use, and it was designed with this in mind. So it really is no hassle at all for you or your dad to put together a time capsule, especially to make, you know, an event out of it and make it a bonding thing, which would be fun. But our time capsules really do solve the issue that we have of how to keep our family stories safe and protected and preserved, and also accessible for generations of your family to enjoy. Now you guys can all access this library record whenever you want, and it will be there whenever you need and whenever you would love to watch it and hear your dad talk. And maybe if he plays guitar, he can play guitar in his video, which, you know, my Uncle Rick did. My Uncle Rick was diagnosed with cancer, and then he made a time capsule video, and he passed away last year. But, you know, we're able to watch that video and get comfort from it and be able to remember the amazing guy that he was. So if you guys can see the value in that, this is definitely the gift for you. You definitely want to get it, because imagine, you know, having your grandchildren being able to introduce your father to their children in 100 years' time. Just imagine that. Imagine you're all, you know, sitting around the family table and you say, this is my dad and this is what he looked like and this is how he sounded like, and I'm gonna let him talk for a little bit and introduce himself. And there's this great video of him. And imagine, you know, his relief at having all of his memorabilia safe, accessible, protected, ready to be drawn from a library for hundreds of years. Women's Daily actually calls this innovative new take on time capsules the gift of immortalizing one's life for centuries to come, which I absolutely love that quote. That is what we're trying to do. And Fortune Herald hailed it as a scrapbook that will live on for centuries. So if you are a mother watching, if you're a wife, if you are just anyone, if you are just someone who loves scrapbooking, who loves taking photos of everything, who is really sentimental, this is the gift for you. You will be, the coolest person. You'll be giving them a gift that not only he will love, but also you're going to love, because it'll really be a scrapbook brought to life, and you won't have to do any work. You'll just let him talk about himself and be really authentic and vulnerable, which maybe he's not used to doing. So just think about, how important memories are, especially in this day and age. Our attention spans are so short because of our phone, and I think that the memories that we have when we're actually present with our family are absolutely priceless, and we want to remember to capture those and be able to actually preserve it, because again, like I said before, with the spinning wheel of death and the file corrupt, you will encounter these issues. It is inevitable. Your media just can't stand the test of time. All physical objects can't either, so it makes sense. And that's why we launched this initiative, and that's why we realized that memories are so important. And no matter what, even if you can't, the best ones just never fade. The memories that you have with your dad growing up, and him teaching you life lessons, him telling you funny stories from his days in high school and college, maybe warning you about mistakes he made in the past, hoping that you won't make the same ones. You can capture all these beautiful conversations that you've had with him in a time capsule. Any recordings that you have of him talking, you could put them in a memory box. And we know right now that memories, they're hard to keep alive because of how time is so unkind to photos, to videos, to CDs, things like that. We now know after some research that even digital data rots as the years pass by. But for people who cherish their memories and the stories that they tell, the stories that their family tells, this is a hard pill to swallow, because it means that memories will fade and stories will die. But here at Not Forgotten, we've figured out a way to solve this. And we have changed this fear, because now everyone can safeguard their cherished memories for centuries. And by giving your dad this gift, you're telling him that his story matters, and that you want to remember everything that he's told you until the day that he dies, and then the day that you have children and your family just keeps growing, and you get to introduce all of them to your dad when he's no longer around. It is just like the biggest compliment that you can give him, that you have listened to him over the years, and that you just love everything that he said, and you just want to bottle it all up and put it in something that will take care of it, like a time capsule. So we really do focus with time capsules. We turn individual lives into the ultimate gift, and that's what we're doing here today. That's why I'm talking to you about this with 9 days left before Father's Day, because our products are built on unique technology. They're made right here in the US, and they're made to be kept for a long time. And they're just amazing ways to build up your family and keep everyone going, keep them inspired, keep them happy by remembering your favorite family members in the light that they want to be remembered in. So you really won't find anything else like this on the market, because it's so unique, and it is a new category of next generation products. So one of a kind, next generation digital time capsule. It's a gift unlike any other. If you want to stick out, you want to show your dad that you care about him, you want to say, I love you, give him a true experience, buy a time capsule, buy the 300-year DIY, buy the memory box, sign up for the in-home concierge, do whatever you want, whatever, makes you the happiest. And you can do that by going onto our Amazon storefront and buying the products that we have. They are limited right now, but if you go and buy them, you'll be sure to get them before Father's Day. We are on Prime, and we will be restocking if they sell out. So get your time capsules right now. Father's Day is a super busy season, and I'm excited for you guys to rock up to Father's Day with the coolest gifts that you can have, because again, these are so unique and so much fun to make, to watch, and to open later on down the line when you've set your opening date. So again, guys, thank you so much for this episode. If for any reason this price point was a little bit too much for your budget, don't worry, we have next episode where we talk about the more affordable gifts for Father's Day, and how to make the most out of your holidays. So thank you guys so much, and we will be